There is a lot of news flow as far as banks go. And Nitin Aggarwal, head of BFSI at Motilal Oswal Institutional Equities, is joining us now. Nitin, morning. Let me come straight to the point. We all know the news and performance. Let's start with Kotak. At what valuations? Sure, it's a big jolt, more reputational, less on the earnings front. But still, at what levels or valuations would it comfort you to get back into this bank, into this name, now that it's taken a knock of 11% today?
Yeah. Hi, good morning. So yes, Kotak on valuations as such is already at a attractive level when you compare it to how it has traded in the past. But it's the valuation premium for the bank has always been because of the high quality, very strong governance, risk management processes, and compliance, right? And with this restriction from the RBI, there has been a small question mark that has come on that until the time it gets resolved. And we have seen in the past incidences wherever a ban has come into force, it has taken at least few quarters to more than a year for it to get lifted, and which is where this uncertainty is playing heavy on the stock. Otherwise, on the valuation count, the stock was already has been undergoing a phase of derating, and valuations from where it used to be like more than 4-time book, it already came down close to 2 times.
So it's already in the value zone, Nitin, but the joke on the street, and I'm saying it in a very lighter note, is that RBI is the new USFD of the sector, right? Whether it's Paytm, whether it's the NBFCs, Manapurams and Mahindra of the world, everybody's been, getting a heavy hand from the RBI, whether valid or not. But do you think this will lead to a derating of sorts for the entire sector in terms of multiples? Do you think this could become a bigger worry that investors will now talk about a lot more?
I think the focus on quality and ensuring that the system goes on to deliver sustainable growth is much more important, as it appears from how the regulatory actions have been in the last few quarters. Because if you look at over the last 5 to 7 years, there was a lot of focus from the regulator in bringing system towards a better overall risk management, towards an improvement in the asset quality, right from the AQR time, and improvement in the loan pricing. And so a lot of measures were taken by the regulator to bring the system where it is today. And today the banking system is at a position wherein the capitalization levels, the growth as such, the asset quality are all in a sort of one of the best in the last more than a decade. And which is where the regulator doesn't want to take any chances and wants to ensure that banks, while of course they will go and pursue for more growth and sustained profitability, but there should not be any concern lingering around which can impact the sustainability of this journey, and which is where all the steps relates to the by the regulator in that direction.
Nitin, what about Axis? Sure, we saw the numbers, but now the view is emerging that this will get completely re-rated. This is also the news. This kind of performance is also coinciding with the news that the MD's term actually got extended. So what the view is that in the new term too, there will be a very sharp re-rating or further re-rating because they have shown the performance. The current management has shown the performance. So can it command much more premium valuations than current?
Yes, that's certainly a possibility. And yesterday's numbers are quite a positive surprise, especially on the margin front, because Axis reported a 5 basis point improvement in margins on sequential basis, and streets were doubting that. Rather, let me say that hardly anybody was expecting stable to positive margins. Most of the analysts, including me, were expecting a decline. And Axis, to that extent, has done a fairly good job. So going into the results, the two most key metrics that were under watch were the margins and the deposit growth. And the bank has done fairly well on both the counts, and which has helped the stock today. And I think in the near term, it can recover some of the underperformance that it has had versus its other larger peers. And to your point on the re-rating, sustained re-rating, I think yes, if this profitability levels what Axis Bank has been reporting continues and management further gets another 3 years from the RBI, then there is a case that Axis Bank will continue to re-rate in the next term.
Okay, point taken. So Axis Bank definitely a candidate for re-rating. But Nitin, before I let you go, do you track Mahindra and Mahindra Financial as well? That 150 crore fraud, how big could that be? And overall within the sector, what's the pecking order in terms of the top bets?
Yeah, hi. My colleague, of course, covers NBFCs. I do mainly banks, but yes, M&M Financial, the fraud has been a sort of a negative development that has happened, which has impacted the sentiments around the company. And I think it will be under watch till the time this gets sort of resolved and more clarity comes in about this incident. And within the sector, we like Shriram Finance, PNB Housing.
Right. Just one quick word. Do you have RBL Bank by any chance on your in your coverage?
Yes, we covered that.
What are your thoughts there, especially the commentary of this new management? So first they gave out about 1.5 months back a big presentation on the exchanges, the aspirational ROA, which they are working towards over the next 2-year period. But then follow-up commentary also has been coming, the steps they are taking. Would the street, or you believe that those are achievable?
So yes, RBL Bank, if you look back over last 1 year or so, has been reporting a steady progress. The profitability growth rates have been only getting better, and there is some bit of momentum on key most of the key metrics. And even for this quarter, we are looking at an analyzed ROA to be somewhere close to 1% plus. And as many of the new business lines that they have entered becomes profitable, some of them are close to the break-even point. As they do so, the ROA journey will continue to move up. But at the same time, we need to be mindful of the overall credit costs, especially in the unsecured business, because that's where RBL has a sizable presence. And so if the overall credit cost doesn't really surprise negatively, then the ROAs can continue to inch up as the overall growth as well as the margins for the bank are holding up at a very healthy levels. And the cost ratios is one lever which will come into play to drive that ROA improvement over the years.
We'll watch out for that credit cost and the impact on ROA. Thanks, Nitin, for joining us and talking to us about a whole host of these banking majors. Interesting commentary there.